Hello, my name is Ira. So, I'm very aware of the fact that I have kind of not been doing all that amazing at making recordings or making videos. I'm sure all of you are deeply heartbroken and care immensely. Anyway, it's just, mental health is just difficult sometimes. But today we're doing decently well, and I have some spare time. So, a video. Or at least a recording. However long it takes me to actually, make the video, well, who knows. Future plans for you today. Anyways, I wanted to talk about a rock. No, not the country, like a physical rock. Like a small boulder, a large grain of sand, a large pebble, a rock. Actually, a pebble would probably be a better description. But anyways, years ago, I was walking once. It was an old hidden lake. So, there's stones on the ground, rocks, just scattered on the ground. And being a person who appreciates the little things, also being small. Anyways, I was looking at the rocks on the ground when one of them caught my eye. It was an interesting rock. Black, like really, really dark, but also had like speckled whites in it. It wasn't pure black, but like almost a speckled black. And it was smooth, rounded on one side, flat on the other. And I don't know what it was, but something drew me to this particular rock. Like, I've seen rocks before. Lots of rocks. I've seen lots of rocks in my lifetime, but this rock felt like, it just felt different. It felt special. It felt like me, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does or not. But this rock, it just felt important, special. It felt like me, sort of like my name feels like me. Like I could look at this rock and it was like a representation of me. Smooth. At the time, that had a different meaning. At the time, I saw it as representing me slightly differently. But now, looking back, it's almost even more like that was me. A smooth rock. A rock that has been worn down from so much. That's been become smooth. Not perfectly smooth. It's rounded on one end, flat on the other. Special, different in its own way. And so I picked up that rock. I just took it home with me. Lately, that's been a bit unusual. I don't exactly just pick up rocks and carry them with me all that much anymore. But I did. And I started carrying that rock with me. I etched a few symbols into it, a sun and a moon. I etched a sun to represent strength, power, even masculinity. And I etched a moon to represent knowledge, grace, and femininity. That stone came to represent me so very deeply. Sun and moon, male and female, strength and grace. Choosing which one to follow, which side to hold on to. I carried that rock every day, every single day. I carried it with me, everywhere. I kept it in my pocket. Every time I'd change into a new pair of pants, I'd move it into the new pocket. Every single day, for years. I carried it with me every single day of my mission. I carried it with me so long, so much. That rock came to represent me. And then one day it disappeared. I have no idea where it went. I've lost it many times. But every time I found it so quickly because it was so special to me. But this time the rock disappeared. Gone. I couldn't find it. Nowhere I looked. Retraced my path, retraced every single thing I did, trying to find this rock. But I couldn't find it. After weeks, maybe even months of searching, I was walking by that same riverbed, that same lake again. Not looking for rocks, just wandering. Thinking my thoughts, letting my mind do all the things I probably shouldn't let it just be doing. It's not actually mentally healthy or emotionally healthy. But anyways, there I was, and a rock caught my attention. At this time, life had become different. I knew that I was trans. Pain of heartache, pain of loss, rejection, trauma, depression. There are so many more pains, so much more. This new rock, there's nothing particularly interesting about it, just a rock among many. Except this one was not round, nor smooth. It was a piece from a larger rock that had been shattered, broken apart. It had somewhat rounded edges. And I saw myself in this rock, this pebble, this stone. Through pain and rejection. Okay, saying it that way doesn't really show how much it hurt. But through what I had been through, I had become broken, fractured like that little stone. Broken off from something larger, with sharp edges that weren't sharp enough, not sharp enough to cut, not hard or cracked, just broken. Not fierce, broken. Not hard, brittle. That's what I had become. Brittle, fractured, damaged, broken. I picked up that rock and I began to carry it around, everywhere. That rock was me. It felt like me. It felt like this is me. I am a rock. Hard, strong, brittle, cracked, fractured, damaged, strong, broken. So many things. I am a rock. However, I suppose it taught an interesting lesson. You may be a rock. I may be a rock. I might be one thing for years. But I can break. But that also means the exact opposite. You can be brittle. You can be shattered for years. You can be so weak that you can never leave, that you have to be tucked away in a pocket, or you will be shattered into oblivion. But you don't have to stay that way forever. Someday, it could change. One day, someday, it could become different. You could become that strong rock. I'm not there yet. I'm really not. However, I stopped carrying around that jagged, shattered rock, that shattered pebble, because that's not me anymore. I'm not broken in that same way anymore. I'm not whole. I'm not put together. I'm not fine. But I'm not that shattered anymore. I share that story because, well, sometimes it's very easy to feel like you are always going to be broken and shattered. Like you could never become whole again. You're a mirror that was broken to pieces. Ignore that. But it can still change. You can heal, even if it takes time. So I'm sure that none of you are going to really mind or care all that much about this funny little story. This little part of me, it meant something. So I hope that at least one of you enjoyed.